This part work has been supplied to me free of charge from Fanhome.com. Please pop along to their website and see all of the other build-up part works that they have to offer, as well as other collections of collectible things. I would like to thank Fanhome for providing me with the part work so I can produce these videos for your enjoyment and educational needs. If you'd like to build one of your own, pop along to fanhome.com. They're available in many countries worldwide. If you do want to build one, leave a note in the comments to let me know how you're getting on, and let me know how I'm getting on as well. I'd like feedback of all types. So thank you once more to Fanhome for providing me with this kit. I hope you enjoy the build. Let's get on with it. Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models. Welcome to issue 97, almost the end, of building R2-D2. This is a proper big full build episode, as demonstrated by the fact that the magazine has like 2 whole pages of blurb, and then it's all building stuff. So moments in the making, key moments, standout examples, live action filming of Sith. That's what we're looking at there. That's it. Right, we've received the camera, probably one of the more expensive parts of the kit, and lots of plastic tags, as well as the new lens and some cable ties for this one, and a couple of screws. It's really strange. I don't know, but yeah, there we go. So all we're doing at the moment, the first thing I should say, is we're fitting the cable labels. We're labeling the cables with the cable labels, and making sure we can plug them into the right places. So I shall go through and do that. I'll show you one, and then I'll do the rest off camera, because again, it's just clipping little things on. Once we have them labelled, we're going to label the battery box as well, and obviously some other spare cables, which I'll need to sort out. Then we're going to install the battery box, which is easy. So much things, a bit of plugging in, and then we're going to connect up the cables that we've just labelled to the big box, the MCU or sensor control board, which is all in there with all the things, and then tidying up the cables with some cable ties. Lots of stuff, all basic easy stuff, but it's lots of stuff. So let me clear the bench out, show you the parts we've got, and then start doing some of it. So here we have the parts supplied today. We have some cable connections, the lens for the camera, in fact, in entirety, a couple of screws, the lens cover, which we're not using yet. We're going to be using those in a moment. But first of all, we're going to be using a couple of these. There's one marked Power and one marked CS. So these are going onto the battery box, which is the easiest bit for me to show you, because you know it's easy to get this onto the bench and show you what's what while I do the other stuff sort of behind the scenes. So we've got 3 connections on these. Only 2 of them have actually got things happening to them. The big one has the power connection to it. So this basically, as you can hopefully see, folds over like that and just clips over the cable. In case you didn't realise that it was power that it was connecting to, I believe that should just clip in. Like it should. There we go. Yeah, so that just clips on there and labels that as power. The other bit, the charging socket, is not. The smaller connector here with the blue is the one that's CS. So that just goes over exactly the same way. Yeah, it bends over, it folds down, it clips into place. Not terribly easily. Am I doing it wrong? I'm not doing it wrong. Just, yeah, there we go. So that clips into place on there. Right, I shall do the same with many of these, but not all of them. There are some that aren't fitted yet. And then I'll show you fitting the battery box into the body of R2 himself. So, see you. And here we have R2 in all of his glory, with all of his connections labelled, except for one. There's one connection that doesn't have a label on it, but we're going to be plugging that one in just a moment anyway. So we need to do these ones later. I see, you can see there's a few other ones over there to be done later. we need to fit the battery box into its battery box socket. So at the moment, we can relatively easily turn him upside down because he hasn't got a head and there's no dome at the moment. So we have an inverted R2, and we can remove these two screws. Well, I say remove. These are the ones that are sort of captured screws. So you undo them, but they don't actually come out. So if we undo those, like so, the battery compartment opens, and we can slide the battery box in. The battery box at the moment has no batteries in it, but we just need to install it anyway. It's going that way up. I think they've got him turned back the wrong up the right way again, and it's all confusing me. But that's where the wires are. So yeah, if we feed the wires through first, then that will go through into there. Actually, I will turn him up the right way again, because we're going to need to get to these panels anyway. Next. So yeah, the battery pack goes in there like so, and just slides up into the body. We'll then tighten that back up again. But before I do that, we'll get this wire connected. That one, and not that one, the one that I've just plugged into the battery. This one coming out over here. There we go. The big connection and the big connection just behind his leg. I forgot I've moved the camera. There we go. So those two, the main power connection is now active. Well, it's not active because there's no, nothing going in there, but there we go. Right, next up, we just need to basically plug in all of these into all of those. Not all of those yet, but many of those will now get sockets onto it. It's nice and easy because obviously we've got labels on everything. So you just need to find the bit that's got the right bit on it. So this is LHIR, which is the left head IR, is going into 12, which is along there, which says LHIR on it. So that goes into there. Just like that. So I shall get many more of these plugged in, and that's going to be about it, I think. Do that? No, we'll do some cable management. Once I get all these plugged in, then we'll tidy it all up a little bit. So I'll disappear and plug these in camera. And there we have it, all of them neatly plugged in. I haven't followed the instructions quite the same as them with the routing, and indeed the cable ties and things, but I'm confident that they're all out of the way enough. We'll find out for sure, obviously, when we plug other bits in and get the supports in, which I believe is going to be next time. It's certainly not this time, because that is the end of the instructions so far, apart from the bit about wiring, routing and things, which I say I've done a degree of. I can't get it exactly the same way as they've got it, but there we go. So I'm happy with that. That's about it, really. There's more cable ties to put in, maybe, if I feel the need, but I'm fairly happy with how that is. I will check to make sure that the battery does still come out, because that's, let's say, new camera position, remember that. Obviously an important thing before you get everything else connected up. I'll free those up a little bit more, so they're not going to get caught on things. But yeah, I can get to the batteries to change them, and indeed put them back in. I can't put them back in. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's it. Another issue done. Hopefully you're enjoying the build. This was a more, I wouldn't say complicated, but lots of stages. Make sure all of the cables are obviously the right ones in the right places and fully seated down. You don't want to have to come back and play around with things if they're not. So make sure everything's good and secure now before you put everything panels on. So thank you for watching. Stay safe. I shall see you very soon for the next one, the ultimate one, the 198, the one before the end. So thanks for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now. Where can I wave? There you go.